of the Rensselaer County Legislature's February 11th meeting. We have 3 presentations tonight, and we'll kick it off with P2225. This is a resolution commending Coach Therese Deacon upon leading the Hudson Valley's women volleyball team into an outstanding season. Is Coach Deacon here? Hi, come on up front, and if you have any players, come on up with us, right up front. And this is a presentation by Legislator Grant, and anyone else who likes to join us up front.
Oh, right over, yeah. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. Resolution number P22 of the year 2025. Resolution commending Coach Therese Deacon upon leading the HVC women's volleyball team into an outstanding season. Whereas, as it is the sense of our unique society to recognize the contributions and achievements of the citizens of Rensselaer County, this legislative body acknowledges with profound respect and admiration, such an individual. And whereas attendant to such concern and fully in accord with our longstanding traditions, it is the intent of the Rensselaer County Legislature to convey its compliments and congratulations to Coach upon leading the HVCC women's basketball team into back-to-back outstanding seasons. And whereas a good coach has passion and can identify individual strengths and weaknesses, motivating athletes to reach their personal best and to inspire them as a team to set clear goals and competitively strive to seek those goals. And whereas the women's volleyball team has undergone a remarkable transformation under Coach. Whereas Coach Deacon was hired in 2022 and instantly brought energy and life to the team. Her personality and desire to achieve greatness while having fun playing the game form the foundation of her program's core beliefs and values. And whereas in the 3 seasons that Therese Deacon has coached the team has had the most wins in over a quarter century, the most wins over a 2-year period, and the highest postseason ranking in modern program history. And whereas this year's graduating class set new records for the program, finishing their 2-year career with a 28-22 record, marking the first back-to-back winning seasons in 25 years. Now, therefore, be it resolved that in accordance with the tradition of this legislative body, to recognize those individuals whose superior achievements have contributed to the vitality of the community and the future of our youth, we hereby commend Coach Therese Deacon for revitalizing this Hudson Valley Community College women's volleyball team. And be it further resolved that the clerk of the legislature is hereby directed to transmit a copy of this resolution suitably engrossed to Coach Therese Deacon. Thank you so much. Would you like to say anything? You sure? Sure. Oh, come on. They're all here.
I just want to say thank you. This means a lot. That's all.
Oh, go ahead. Thank you.
Our next presentation is P6825. This is a resolution commending head coach Joshua Pero and the Hudson Valley Vikings baseball team. Josh, how are you? Members of the team, come on up front. And this is going to be a presentation by legislators Maloney and everybody else who wants to join us up front.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. We'll be parking cars soon. Good evening. As stated, P6825 is a resolution commending head coach Joshua Perro and the Hudson Valley Vikings baseball team. Whereas, as it is the sense of our unique society to recognize the contributions and achievements of the citizens of Rensselaer County, this legislative body acknowledges with profound respect and admiration such an individual. And whereas, attendant to such concern and fully in accord with our long-standing traditions, it is the intent of the Rensselaer County Legislature to convey its compliments and congratulations to head coach Joshua Perro upon leading the Hudson Valley Community College baseball team into back-to-back outstanding seasons. And whereas a good coach has passion and can identify individual strengths and weaknesses, motivate athletes to reach their personal best, and to inspire them as a team to set clear goals and competitively strive to meet those goals. And whereas Joshua Perro comes to Hudson Valley with nearly a decade of collegiate coaching experience and is entering his 6th season as head coach of the Vikings baseball program. And whereas last season, the baseball program surpassed 20-plus wins for the 2nd straight year, earning a berth in the NJCAA Region 3 playoffs for the 3rd consecutive season. And whereas Perro has directly worked with 37 student athletes in the last 5 years who have went on to be drafted by Major League Baseball. And whereas the Hudson Valley Vikings baseball team also stays very active and committed to community events, earning the Community Service Award 2 consecutive years for their volunteer work, setting up, working, and cleaning up local fundraising events throughout the Capital District. Now therefore be it resolved that in accordance with the tradition of this legislative body to recognize those individuals whose superior achievements have contributed to the vitality of this community and the future of our youth, we hereby commend head coach Joshua Perro and the Hudson Valley Vikings baseball team, and be it further resolved that the clerk of the legislature is hereby directed to transmit a copy of this resolution suitably engrossed to head coach Joshua Perro. I just want to say, I want to add to this a little bit. As many of you know in this room, myself and a few other legislators head up a very large fundraiser in Spiegeltown for the Reverse Rhet Foundation. That night could not happen with over 1,500 people showing up in individual cars and everything else without the help of the entire baseball team from Hudson Valley. And the coaches, both of them here tonight, are out there with us the whole time. The students and athletes are out there not only parking cars, but picking up trash, doing everything. They get a speech from me usually once a year. My hat comes off to them. I don't take my hat off much other than tonight. You can see why from the back. But my hat is always off to these gentlemen and all of the work that they do in their communities. And I couldn't be more proud of what I see out there. And I tell each and every one of them, if they keep this up, there's nothing that's going to stop them in this world. So congratulations, gentlemen, coaches. Thank you. You want to say something?
I want to add on to that, because Josh is a really good friend of mine, and his mom's back there, Liz Perro. You'll be proud of your son. Your dad's going to be really proud. He's looking down at you right now, really proud of you. But the Reds fundraiser that he does is a big thing, because it's for my nephew, and I can't thank you enough. It's just incredible what you do, and I know it. I'm pretty sure you guys are all involved in a recycling day we had or whatever, and we remember that last year. We just froze our butts off, and you guys are all out there, and we were just like drenched and cold. It was like, so I want to thank you for that, helping out Rensselaer County on a recycling day. So congratulations on a great season though too, though. You know, phenomenal.
Anybody else? All right, John. There you go.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yep. Say a few words.
That was a lot, but thank you guys. Thank you to my players, my assistants, my community, my mom and dad for raising me the way they did. my girlfriend for putting up with me, and looking forward to keep doing this for as long as they'll have me. And thank you to the administration at Hudson Valley. Very selfless people that give us everything we need to be as engaged as we are, and we look forward to continuing that work. Oh, no, Merritt's already got us signed up. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Josh.
And finally, we have Resolution P 6925. This is a resolution commending head coach Mike Long for an outstanding season. Coach Long, if you want to join us up front with any of your players, this is a presentation by legislator Tom Grant. And I would also like to say thank you and acknowledge the leadership that's here from Hudson Valley. For the folks in the back, we appreciate all that you do, and the outstanding students and the student athletes that come out of Hudson Valley. We appreciate that. Louis, thank you so much.
We have a resolution commending head coach Mike Long for an outstanding season. Whereas, as it is the sense of our unique society to recognize the contributions and achievements of the citizens of Rensselaer County, this legislative body acknowledges with profound respect and admiration such an individual. And whereas, attendant to such concern and fully in accord with our longstanding traditions, it is the intent of the Rensselaer County Legislature to convey its compliments and congratulations to head coach Mike Long upon leading the HVCC basketball team into back-to-back outstanding seasons. And whereas a good coach has passion and can identify individual strengths and weaknesses, motivating athletes to reach their personal best and to inspire them as a team to set clear goals and competitively strive to meet those goals. And whereas Coach Long brings to Hudson Valley more than 40 years of coaching experience, having begun his head coaching career at the College of St. Rose, and from 1973 to 1986, he compiled a record of 165 and 155. And whereas Hall of Fame head coach Mike Long returns for his 12th season as head basketball coach, and he continues to strive for a NJCAA Region 3 championship at Hudson Valley. And whereas Mike Long entered the 2004-2005 season with a career record of 561 wins. Number of us happened to be there when you won the 500th over at the gym. So it's good to see you. Good to see you continuing.
That's a long time.
Oh, well, not that long ago. Not that long ago. And has amassed a 163 win record over his previous 11 seasons at Hudson Valley, including three 20-win seasons. And whereas last season, the Vikings earned the 8th seed and defeated Columbia Green 97-77 in the opening round of the Region 3 playoffs. The Vikings went on to face rival and top-seeded Herkimer in the quarterfinal round, where they were defeated. And whereas Long is a member of 4 different Hall of Fames: St. Rose Hall of Fame, 1992, Bishop McGinn Hall of Fame, 2006, the New York State Capital District Basketball Hall of Fame, 2010, and the Sage College's Athletics Hall of Fame, 2019. He was named NJCAA Region 3 Coach of the Year for the 2001-2002 season and also for the 2015-2016 season. Coach Long was also the 2013 recipient of the Capital District Basketball Hall of Fame Sam Perkins Sportsmanship Award. And whereas the St. Rose Basketball Court was named the Mike Long Court, and I'm sure it's still named there today, as he is considered the father of St. Rose basketball after developing a program that dominated the Northeastern Athletic Conference, NAC, from 1977 to 1984, winning 5 MAC titles and posting 2 consecutive undefeated seasons, 1978 through 1980, in conference play. Now, therefore, it is resolved that in accordance with the tradition of this legislative body, to recognize those individuals whose superior achievements have contributed to the vitality of this community and the future of our youth, we hereby commend head coach Mike Long, and be it further resolved that the clerk of the legislature is hereby directed to transmit a copy of this resolution suitably engrossed to head coach Mike Long. Coach, thank you so much for being here with us today. It is a great honor to have you here in our legislative chambers, and God bless you. Would you like to say a few words, please?
Thank you. I'm kind of speechless, and that's hard for me. Usually people can't get me to shut up. But from everything that was said, I've been around quite a while, and people say that if you're around long enough, you might make a milestone or two. I couldn't have done it without all the people that I've met over the course of my career. Assistant coaches, administrators, and above all, players. I learned a long time ago, I think after my first year of coaching, when I had a number of losses, that it wasn't about me, it was about these guys. And that's what I've tried to keep it in my mind my whole career. Just try to do the best that I could for the guys that played for me. And it's been a nice ride. Thank you so much for this beautiful award.
Coach.
Oh, for Coach Long. On the top of my head, Coach Long, more than a coach to me, he's like a father I wish I had. Before going to Coach Long, I think 2023, I was homeless. And I told Coach Long this story. I was homeless and I just had basketball, so I was playing basketballs in high school. And I was still trying to graduate high school while being homeless. So I was looking up schools to go to, and every school rejected me. And then Coach Long was the only coach that got back to me. So that made me motivated to graduate high school. Once I graduated high school, put more pressure onto basketball, focused on that. Came all the way down here from the Bronx, played for Coach Long. And this has been the best 2 years of my life. It's been hard, but it's been the best. And Coach Long definitely a part of that. And then a lot of players, I don't play that much, but a lot of players, they get like upset when they don't play. But with Coach Long, like him, like he makes it easier to be around, and it's crazy. So like, thank you, Coach Long, like Coach Pierce, you, like everybody. The best 2 years of my life, for real. Thank you.
Well said, Wayne. That's a nice job. Nice job.
Where's Mr. Blake?
Boy, that's a tough one to follow, isn't it? It just goes to show you, we love Hudson Valley. It certainly is a jewel of Rensselaer County. And, we think a lot of times that students will just come to Hudson Valley for the academics, where you'll see they come for a different purpose. And it's due to the coaches. Sometimes are in those right time at the right place that help our youth, and they become great student athletes. So that was a great story. Thank you, Coach. Okay, we have two speakers signed up for tonight's meeting. Our first is a familiar face here in the legislature. It is Mayor Mike Stammel. He is here to talk about P 6325. Mr. Stammel?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. And you're right, that is a tough act to follow, and it's great to see that coaches like Coach Long are doing things that they're doing. I can definitely identify with the coach. I myself raised a few kids to get them through school to play sports, and there's no better reward for the rest of your life to know that you helped somebody else move along in this life. I'm here to speak about 63, though, and I come here, first of all, to thank this legislative body that I was a part of for 20 years for supporting me and supporting the city of Rensselaer in the closure of the Dunn Dump in the city of Rensselaer. This legislative body had its wholesome support by both bodies, and understand that a construction dump does not belong, any dump belongs within 50 feet, 100 feet of a high school, a grade school, a preschool. That is something that I know you're going to pass a resolution on tonight, and I wholeheartedly thank you. One of the things that this legislative body has been able to do time and time again is to say, hey, we don't need that in the city of Rensselaer, we don't need it in Rensselaer County, and we sure don't need it next to our school, where our children might have lifelong effects at some particular time while that dump is there, and providing the hazardous leachates and things of that nature, and ambient air chemicals that sometime that they're going to have to deal with maybe further on in their life. And that's something that I had a hard time getting the Rensselaer City Council to do, was to do the same thing this legislative body was, to join together and do that. Took a political year to where they really downsized the legislation that I tried to push forward to them, which was similar to the same here that the legislative body passed, but it finally got it passed. And so that shows that not only Rensselaer County, the city of Rensselaer, we even got it done the hard way through the Rensselaer City School District, that all these people are opposed to this Dunn Dump being in the city of Rensselaer. And just a little history of the DEC, they're not the public's friend. I can tell you that right now. If they were the public's friend, they'd be out there in front trying to close that dump rather than to continue having that dump provide the hazards that it's providing, and the truck traffic and the diesel fumes and the stuff it's doing through the middle of our city, in the city of Rensselaer. And it's something that we have to live with every day, and especially the people on that truck route. I feel sorry for them. I really do, and try to do everything I can. And it's a fight that we're going to continue all the way. The DEC and the people who run the Dunn Dump think that if they stretch this out long enough, we're going to go away. We ain't going nowhere. We're staying right there. We're going to be on their throat and down their throat every chance that we get. And I also want to point out not only the public officials that are standing out there and fighting to close this dump, but the community environmental group that's here and probably be speaking next. They're really grabbed the ball. I mean, I started it maybe 15 years ago, but they're the ones that are carrying the torch now and continue to carry that torch, and they got my support 100%. And we're going to do what we can to get in front of this DEC. I'm hoping that through Assemblyman McDonald, who represents the city of Rensselaer, will stand up and do what he can to help us close this dump, and our own senator to stand up and help us close this dump in the near future. We definitely want an investigation of why they did the things as they did. They just gave them a 3-year continuation. They stalled it for two years and didn't, for nothing, and we got nothing out of that. And now they're giving a 3-year continuation. The bright part of that is they were asking, the dump people were looking for a 10-year. So they only got a 3-year continuation. I hope we don't have to fight this issue for another 3 years and another 7 years after that, or as long as it goes. But we're going to continue letting them know that the public does not want it there. And not only, like I said, the county of Rensselaer, but the city of Rensselaer, the school district, the environmental groups, the public that lives in this, people that live in the city of Rensselaer are opposed to it. And I would just want to say to this legislative body, I really appreciate your continued support, and we're not giving up. I can tell you that right now. So thank you very much, and keep up the good fight yourself on everything you do, and thank you to both sides of the party. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Stammel. Next, we have Bob Welton, also to come up and talk about the Dunn landfill.
Good evening, everybody. So I just want to make sure people know what the main issue is about the Dunn landfill. You can see a 1,000-person school there, right? I'm going to pass this around so you can take a close-up look. Thank you. These are handouts. Probably more than we need, but it's on each side. Just passing it along. Thank you, Peter. So, I'm Bob Walton, and good evening, everybody. We are the Rensselaer Environmental Coalition. We truly appreciate your responsible and consistent actions on behalf of the citizens. We fully endorse the passage of the pending resolution, and we thank Scott Rogers for initiating this action. Governor Hochul consistently expresses her desire to protect the health and safety of kids. She now needs to show that her desire includes the 1,000 plus kids at the Rensselaer City School. When I met with several members of DEC and DOH on August 13th with Senator Ashby and Assemblyman McDonald regarding air monitoring, the consistent answer from the agencies was the air quality at the school was no worse than anywhere else, and they have no proof that the landfill is contributing to poor air quality at the school. I told them this issue is not about any other location. This discussion resulted in the September 27th request that you have there in front of you. This included a request to test for PFAS in the air coming out of the burn flare at the landfill. DEC's position on PFAS has been there is no proof that the landfill is a source of PFAS. This is despite test results showing the leachate from the Dunn contains unacceptable levels of PFAS. 2024 research has shown that PFAS chemicals are going into the air through the burn stacks at landfills. The Dunn landfill burns methane as a part of its odor control system, and the exhaust from the process goes into the air from what is called a burn stack or a flare. The research conducted by scientists from the University of Florida and Yale at 3 landfills in Florida show that burning of gases does not remove PFAS. DEC and DOH were given this research in mid-August. The research shows that PFAS coming out of burn stacks is stronger than that found in leachate, which in Dunn's case winds up in the Hudson River untreated. The abstract from the research states, these findings suggest that landfill gas, a less scrutinized byproduct, serves as a major pathway for the mobility of PFAS from landfills. These findings, so consider this. If the tests of the flare at the landfill show PFAS going into the air, then to eliminate that problem, the flare would have to be eliminated. The odor control system would not work, and Dunn would not be able to meet any requirements of the state's Climate Act to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. One solution among other expensive options on the table would be the closure of the landfill because of the continuing threat to the community. I have left a copy of this research and supporting information with Chairperson Hoffman. I'm willing to bet the county health department won't sit on this information the way the state has apparently done. Rensselaer County can sound the alarm. This could be a game changer. At the January 28th state budget hearings, Interim Commissioner Mahar said, "We reduced truck traffic, we reduced operating hours, it's driving down emissions, it's reducing particulate matter." The decision reduced the truck trip limit from 100 to 70, and the delivery times was changed from 11 hours to 8 hours. The truck counts, 2023, the average daily truck trips was 48.6. In 2024, it was 53.4. So essentially, the decision allows the same number of trucks as before, but in a shorter time window. It increases the concentration of emissions and particulate matter within that window. It is not going to drive down emissions and particulate matter. It may, in fact, increase them. The commissioner also said most of the air quality monitoring has been based on the nearby school, which is not shown to have any impacts associated with the landfill. That is because they have not done the level of testing to show that there are not hazards at the school or community associated with the landfill. If you want to see a video of the commissioner's January 28th comments, they are on, Assemblyman McDonald's and our Facebook pages. I should add that in his remarks in the January 28th video, the commissioner said, "Now we are open to conversation with the community if we need to adjust and adapt the monitoring in some way." This is an open invitation for the county and other groups to address the issues with DEC. Finally, one of DEC's reasons given for the morning delivery time change was to eliminate the conflict with the school bus pickup times in the morning. Good for them. But what about the 37 drop-off times that occur on the truck route between 2:12 and 3:37 p.m. every school day? There is so much wrong with this decision, including the steps taken to get to it. It is an inadequate and inaccurate response to the public input. I have a lot more to say, but not in 5 minutes. Thank you for listening and for what you all do for the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Welton, and thanks to our speakers. That's all we have for tonight, so we can roll right into our regular meeting. It is 6:18, and I would like to call the February 11th, 2025 regular meeting of the Rensselaer County Legislature to order. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Bailey?
Here.
Mr. Cassell? Here. Mr. Choquette?
Here.
Mr. Fiacco?
Here.
Mr. Fleming?
Here.
Mr. Galuski?
Here.
Mr. Genren?
Here.
Mr. Grant?
Present.
Mr. Grimm?
Here.
Mr. Harrington? Mr. Loveridge?
Here.
Mr. Maloney?
Here.
Miss Nichols? Here. Mr. Patiri?
Here.
Mr. Rogers?
Here.
Miss Weaver?
Here.
Mr. Wysocki?
Here.
Mr. Zolewski?
Here.
Chairwoman Hoffman?
Here.
There are 18 present.
Invocation, Mr. Grant.
Lord, as we gather together today, we ask for your spirit of unity to be present among us. Help us to work together in harmony towards our common goal. We trust that with your guidance and grace, we can achieve a sense of unity and work together effectively. May our words be filled with love and respect for one another, and may our actions reflect the unity we strive for. Amen.
Amen. Pledge of Allegiance, Mr. Gritton.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Chair,
Mr. Bailey?
I'd like to move that we dispense with the readings of the minutes of the regular meeting of January 14th, 2025, and approve the minutes as printed.
I second it.
I have a motion and second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? So moved. Presentation of petitions.
On file.
Presentation of communications.
On file.
Reports of commissions.
On file.
Departmental reports.
On file.
Reports of standing committees.
On file.
Local laws.
There are none tonight.
Okay, index of resolutions. We'll start with G 2525.
G 2525, resolution authorizing the purchase and installation of dispatch console monitors and cable rewiring for the Emergency Communications Center Bureau of Public Safety, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 2625.
G 2625, resolution amending the 2024 and 2025 Rensselaer County adopted budgets, public defender, conflict defender, and public administrator, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 2725.
G 2725, resolution authorizing an amendment to the program and policy specialist annual salary and amending the 2025 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Department of Aging, introduced by legislators Choquette, Fiaco, and Gillespie.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 2825.
G 2825, resolution authorizing acceptance of a grant from the New York State Department of Homeland Security and Emergency Services for the State Law Enforcement Terrorism Prevention Program and amending the 2025 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 2925.
G 2925, resolution authorizing the acceptance of a grant award from the New York State Department of Homeland Security and Emergency Services for the State Law Enforcement Terrorism Prevention Program and amending the 2025 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 3025.
G 3025, resolution amending the 2025 Rensselaer County adopted budget to provide for ARPA expenditures, Bureau of Finance, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 3125.
G 3125, resolution authorizing an agreement with Central Square for 911 system equipment and support renewal for the Rensselaer County Emergency 911 System, Bureau of Public Safety, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
Apologize, that was my timer for speakers. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 3225.
G 3225, resolution authorizing an agreement with College City Podiatry, Van Rensselaer Manor, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 3325.
G 3325, resolution amending the 2024 and 2025 Rensselaer County adopted budgets, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 3425.
G 3425, resolution authorizing a contract for the purchase of bread and baked goods, Unified Family Services, Department of Aging, Senior Centers, and the Rensselaer County Jail, Bureau of Central Services, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 3525.
G 3525, resolution authorizing the Rensselaer County Executive to reserve the interest income of the EH funds to the Nursing Home Equipment Capital Reserve Fund for the year 2024, Van Rensselaer Manor, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 3625.
G 3625, resolution authorizing acceptance of a grant award from the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services and amending the 2025 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Stop DWI, and Department of Probation, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 3725.
G 3725, resolution authorizing community program grant agreements, county executive, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 3825.
G 3825, resolution authorizing supported housing agreements and amending the 2025 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Department of Mental Health, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
16 ayes, 2 abstentions, Mrs. Hoffman and Mrs. Nichols.
So moved. G3925.
G3925, resolution authorizing acceptance of a grant award from the National Association of County and City Health Officials and amending the 2025 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, Department of Health, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Generin, Rogers, and Nichols.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G4025.
G4025, resolution amending the 2024 and 2025 Rensselaer County Adopted Budgets, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G4125.
G4125, resolution amending the 2024 and 2025 Rensselaer County Adopted Budgets, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G4225.
G4225, resolution amending the 2024 and 2025 Rensselaer County Adopted Budgets, Department of Probation, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes, 1 abstention, Ms. Nichols.
So moved. G4325.
G4325, resolution amending the 2024 and 2025 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, Department of Probation, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G4425.
G4425, resolution amending the 2024 and 2025 Rensselaer County Adopted Budgets, Public Defender and Conflict Defender, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G4525.
G4525, resolution authorizing the creation of a temporary services position and amending the 2025 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G4625.
G4625, resolution amending the 2024 and 2025 Rensselaer County Adopted Budgets, District Attorney, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G4725.
G4725, resolution amending the 2024-2025 Rensselaer County Adopted Budgets, District Attorney, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G4825.
G4825, resolution approving memorandum of agreement with United Public Services Employees Union, UPSHU, to provide an entry-level driving training program, Highway Department, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G4925.
G4925, resolution authorizing the acceptance of a grant award from the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services for criminal justice discovery reform and amending the 2024-2025 Rensselaer County Adopted Budgets, District Attorney, and Public Safety, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G5025.
G5025, resolution authorizing the purchase of a temperature-controlled storage unit, Department of Health, introduced by legislators Generin, Rogers, and Nichols.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G5125.
G5125, resolution authorizing the creation of a temporary services position and amending the 2025 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, Conflict Defender, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G5225.
G5225, resolution authorizing a tentative settlement agreement between the County of Rensselaer, the Rensselaer County Sheriff, and Council 82, Local 975, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G5325.
G5325, resolution authorizing the expenditure of funds to municipalities as part of the Household Hazardous Waste Collection Event for 2025 Environmental Management, introduced by legislators Casal, Choquette, and Zaluski.
All those in favor? Yes, Mr. Zaluski?
Thank you. I just wanted to thank Ann Shaughnessy and her team. I thought I saw her here, but she's not here now. But I just want to thank them for putting on these events all over the county. I know in the city of Troy, our residents really appreciate having this opportunity to get rid of their hazardous waste. So thank you for doing this, and hopefully everyone will support it.
Great, thank you so much. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes, 1 abstention, Mrs. Hoffman.
So moved. G 5425.
G 5425, resolution requesting introduction of legislation by the New York State Senate and Assembly extending imposition of an additional 1% sales tax, Bureau of Finance, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 5525.
G 5525, resolution amending the 2024-2025 Rensselaer County adopted budgets, Board of Elections, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 5625.
G 5625, resolution amending the 2024 and 2025 Rensselaer County adopted budgets, Board of Elections, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 5725.
G 5725, resolution authorizing the purchase of poll book system equipment, Board of Elections, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 5825.
G 5825, resolution authorizing the purchase of poll pads, Board of Elections, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 5925.
G 5925, resolution confirming appointment of James R. Gordon as Deputy County Executive, introduced by Chairwoman Hoffman.
First, I'd like to recognize Jim. He's here with his family and friends in the back. Appreciate the work that he's done and the recommendation from our county executive to stand as Deputy County Executive. So Jim, I know it's premature before the vote, but I want to congratulate you on your nomination. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. Jim, congratulations. Okay, P 6025.
P 6025, resolution appointing representatives to the Region 4 Fish and Wildlife Management Board, introduced by legislators Hoffman, Leverage, Harrington, Grimm, and Nichols.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. P 6125.
P 6125, resolution amending resolution P 22924, reappointing a trustee to Hudson Valley Community College, introduced by legislators Casal, Jenner, and Nichols.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. P 6225.
P 6225, resolution authorizing formation of the Rensselaer County 250th Commemoration Committee, introduced by legislators Spiteri, Grant, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. P 6325.
P 6325, resolution urging the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation and the Governor Kathy Hochul to revisit and reverse their recent approval of the operating permit for the S.A. Dunn landfill and to reconsider the impacts on the residents and children of the city of Rensselaer, introduced by legislators Rogers and the entire legislative body.
Madam Chair,
Mr. Rogers?
just so people understand, I live in close proximity to the dump. And at any given time, the odor that is distributed throughout that city is amazing. It's sad that the residents have to go through this. On a given morning, you can watch 10 to 15 large, and when I say large, dump trucks, garbage trucks, whatever, line up and coming off of I-90, 787, in through the city. Imagine being a resident trying to sleep, and all these big rigs are going down in front of your house at 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, non-stop. And they just keep going and going and going. It's appalling. To even think that the state would reconsider doing this, I would just wonder how local, or not the local, but our state legislators and leaders would feel if these trucks were going past their house. I'm sure this wouldn't be going on as long as it's been going on. Mike Stammel has done a great job, our mayor, with the fight. I can remember first, the joke was, we had a Santa Claus, because I had a red truck, it was around Christmas time, the mayor had a Christmas hat on, and it was a big thing that Santa Claus was trying to close the dump. This is how long this has been going on. Mike has put one heck of a fight forward. Imagine going to a football game on a Friday night and the odor coming off, because the football field is in such close proximity to this dump. It's appalling. It's appalling that it was even allowed to be built. I just wanna thank everyone that spoke. I wanna thank the legislature for at least hearing what I have to say and hope that we all are in agreement in this because it's something that the residents of Rensselaer definitely do not need and do not deserve. Thank you.
Mr. Fiacco?
May I speak? I also drive to Rensselaer in the morning and I'm down on Broadway a lot. And with what Scott has just said, or Legislator Rogers, excuse me. Anyways, I've had the trucks backed up to Dunkin' Donuts on Broadway trying to turn up on Patroon. You know where I'm going? Yeah. All the way up. They backed up down, getting off the highway, backing up. It's insane what's going on down there. And it's time to actually put it to an end if the state would listen to us. But thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fiacco. Mr. Zaluski?
I'm actually really happy that we find bipartisan support for this. It's an important issue. You know, I brought up, we all saw the map, but if you bring up a map of the city of Rensselaer, it's a small city. This dump, this landfill is taking up a huge portion of the city. It just, I understand we produce a lot of garbage and we have to put it somewhere. But in the middle of a small city doesn't seem like the right place for it. I don't understand how the DEC couldn't see that as well. It doesn't make sense to me. But I'm glad that we have found something that we can agree on strongly. And I'll continue supporting trying to close the dump and get it somewhere more appropriate.
Yeah, if I could, I'd just like to say this fight started several years ago when Mike Stammel was still here on the legislature, and it started out as a group just talking about it. Then it kind of rolled into just more than talking points, right? I think people really organized around this because it was impacting the community in a very bad way. And I think, you know, why we continue the fight, and I know it's difficult, against, you know, a state agency, but this is to protect our community. It's to protect the children that go to school there, and our neighbors. You know, I don't represent Rensselaer, but I represent a community that is contiguous to that, and I think all of us represent the residents of Rensselaer County as a whole. I think this is why, after this recent decision was made, that we wanted to, again, try to push for some relief from that decision. And hopefully this is a step in the right direction, working with our state elected officials to be able to work on this together. And again, it's really about providing a clean air, clean community for our residents. I'm proud to work with Mayor Stammel and certainly with Bob. Bob fills my inbox with really good information about this. I know more about the Dunn landfill and than I ever thought I would know, and it's important, and I appreciate you and the coalition providing this information to us and kind of sticking with it. So hopefully, as Legislator Zaluski said, this is something that we can vote on unanimously and, again, work to try to protect the residents of Rensselaer and Rensselaer County. So I'll take a vote on that. Everyone in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. Congratulations. P 6425.
P6425, resolution recognizing March 2025 as American Red Cross Month, introduced by legislators Generin, Rogers, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. P 6525.
6525, resolution recognizing March 16th through the 22nd, 2025 as National Agricultural Week, introduced by legislators Harrington, Wysocki, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. P 6625.
P6625, resolution recognizing Cornell Cooperative Extension of Rensselaer County for their contributions during National Nutrition Month in Rensselaer County and designating the month of March 2025 as National Nutrition Month in Rensselaer County, introduced by the legislators Harrington, Wysocki, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. P 6725.
725, resolution recognizing March 16th through the 22nd, 2025 as Sunshine Week in Rensselaer County, introduced by legislators Grimm, Nichols, Fleming, Goluski, Weaver, Zalewski, and the entire legislative body.
Got that right this time, right, you guys?
That's going to be tongue-tied, I'm sorry.
All those in favor? Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. P 6865.
P 6825, resolution commending head coach Joshua Pero in the Hudson Valley Vikings baseball team, introduced by legislators Grant and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. P 6925.
P 6925, resolution commending head coach Michael Long for an outstanding season, introduced by legislators Grant and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. P 7025.
P 7025, resolution commending the barbecue recreation upon celebrating its 55th anniversary, introduced by legislators Wysocki, Bucieri, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. P 7125.
P 7125, resolution commending Len Tantillo as the recipient of the 2025 Hart Cluett Award, introduced by legislators Grimm, Nichols, Fleming, Goluski, Weaver, Zalewski, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. P 7225.
P 7225, resolution recognizing the Clement family for their dedicated service to the Hart Cluett Museum and region, introduced by legislators Grimm, Nichols, Fleming, Goluski, Weaver, Zalewski, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. And finally, P 7325.
P 7325, resolution adjourning the February 11th, 2025 legislative meeting in memory of Rensselaer County Legislator, the Honorable Thomas M. Walsh Sr., introduced by legislators Harrington, Cassell, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. Legislator privilege. Mr. Maloney?
Motion to adjourn.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second it.
Second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay. Good night. Happy Valentine's Day and be safe going home.
Right here if you need a